Hi guys, nice to see you again. So excited to be here. I'm smiling because I'm doing this video a second time because I did the initial one and boom, halfway through, I finished it and no audio. Wow, I had to do it again. Anyway, so I have great things for you. That's why I'm still doing this video right now. I have a topic that I would love to share. I want to share with you and I encourage you to stay to the end. So, what's the topic for today? What I have on the slides here is ways to stay smart as a developer. So it's something you. I'm not teaching you how to code here. There are other things that comes aside from coding, and that's your soft skill. These are the things you apply that makes you stand out. Being a developer is a challenge. It's actually a challenge. There are some people competing with you. So there are things that you need to apply to make you stand out. And those are the things that I want to talk about. I know it's a hard moment. The corona thing is really taking everybody out. It's really making things difficult for people. But trust me, some guys are making real money during this period. In fact, some people are making real money. So today on my own end, I just wanted to share with you. Let's have a chat. Let me share with you some things that I think that works in everything. Things that works most is your passion, your consistency, and your hard work. These things pay well. So stay with me. Let me dive in with you through these things. Okay. So these are the things that I have, the points that I have on ground. I have number one, avoid excuses. As a developer, you want to avoid excuses. You want to be consistent, no procrastination. Build an online presence, avoid stack syndrome. Manage your time, keep learning, teach others, have the right mindset. So these are the things I bring to your table, and I will be explaining these things to you so that I will uncover the things I think and the things I think that will work well for you. So I pray this time I get audio. Okay, so let's dive in. Avoid excuses. Even me as a person, I'm not a product owner, like, oh, I'm not having a job to give out. If I have guys around me that every time this guy keep complaining, today my internet is bad, tomorrow my laptop is slow, next tomorrow the RAM has stopped, next tomorrow something has happened. I was start feeling in the long run, I was start feeling this guy is not serious. I think he's not competent for the job or stuff. Don't look at it like I was every time that they'll pity you for saying those things. So excuses don't help. You might think that people will pity or consider you, but rather people sees you as being incompetent for the task. You don't want that. Example, having low power issues, my laptop is not fast, blah blah blah. Those excuses don't help. No data, it doesn't help. It's a general problem. In fact, no power is a general problem. So when you're telling somebody no power, it's not new. It's something that everybody suffers. So you limit the number of excuses you have. That's the number one thing I have to tell you today. The second one is be consistent. Consistency is key. When you're consistent, you gain much perfection and recognition over a given stack or technology of choice. You also tend to become more proficient, more confident in what you're doing when you're consistent. Consistency brings perfection. It also brings confidence, growth, and professionalism. When you're consistent, you see that every time you keep on doing that stuff. Let's say, for example, while as a human, why you could walk with your two legs is because you started walking while you were small. While you were small, you weren't walking well. You were walking one step, you fall down, you walk another step, you fall down until gradually you were able to start. You were crawling until gradually you started walking. So that's the same process. When you're learning something, technology stack, or you're learning a programming language, when you're consistent in it, that's when you become strong. You build your muscles to be able to, you start getting confidence in those things. You can flex the language the way you want. You can build things that are crazy. So consistency is key. Be consistent. It's better you know one programming language, maybe JavaScript, C++, or Python, perfectly to a certain level than knowing all the programming language without being able to do something with it. So I always advise people, master one, know it very well. Somebody wakes you from sleep, I can deliver a job with this thing. That's better. So consistency is key. When you build this consistency, people will get to know you. By sharing your works, people will get to know you. So be consistent. The next thing is no procrastination. Procrastination We've all heard of procrastination, but it's deadly. Procrastination is a general problem. As a developer, you should avoid it. Try to set expectations for yourself and always stick to it. Don't procrastinate. Do it and get done with it. The more you procrastinate, you tend to lose interest and might at the end not come back to the task. Let me tell you my own story. I procrastinate. Yes, I made a mistake. I'll start, wow, I want to build a project. Within 1 week, I should be done with this project. Fine. I have this cool idea. I'll build an app. Yeah, people will sell tickets. I started, boom, I was coding. Ah, pa, 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 pa. And along the line, like I was not meeting the deadline I set because they were too much for me to build an app in 1 week. Like I started feeling this down syndrome. Like I started feeling down, like depressed with the project, and at the end of the day, I started procrastinating. Okay, tomorrow I'll do it. Next tomorrow, next tomorrow, next tomorrow. From there till now, as I'm talking to you, that project I've not opened it. So do not procrastinate. Set short-term goals. Now, most time when I want to do something, I'll set goals that are achievable. So, in fact, even before I'm board on a project, I will start asking myself, are you sure I can finish up this thing? Let me set time. Let me cut up my work into chunks. This makes things visible, and to me, I don't stress myself up. So set goals that's achievable and don't overwork yourself. The next thing is build an online presence. This is one standing point. Let me tell you, as they say, best known beats best. And this holds true. If people don't know if people don't know you and what you're capable of, then no one would entrust their work to you. Have an active social media account. Make posts relevant to what you do. That's very necessary. If I'm always making posts about selling shoes and selling shirts, if anybody comes to maybe is researching about me and goes selling shoes and selling shirts, the person might not really know what I'm up to. Look, I'm a bad geek who runs program, who can build solutions for him. So make posts that are relevant to what you do. That's one. Another thing you should know: update your LinkedIn profile, build projects. Once you're building projects, you show out this project. Wow, this guy, I think I can entrust my project to this guy because using the things he's built, I believe he can do it. Okay, attend online hackathons. Also, the previous one, build your LinkedIn profile regularly so that employers will see what you've done. Add projects to your LinkedIn profile, add tags, follow, have connections, apply for jobs, and all that. Those are your online presence. Build them. Attend online hackathons because when you attend these hackathons and events, you get to meet persons that are doing similar things. And also, don't look at meeting persons that are like programmers. Meet persons like business owners who needs your solution. You actually remember you're not building things for ordinary programmers to use. You're building things for business owners. It's actually business owners who need your idea, who want to sell your ideas. Those are the people you're building for. So talk to those persons. Try to gain this trust from them through online social media. You can chat people up. You can say, okay, I feel your business is using this method of doing this thing, but I feel we could do it better. Let's say there's this this business associate that is running this business and he's using tools that are not really making it fast. You're using pen and paper. I feel we could just do it online. Your customers will go online and they'll just do things to make it, and the person will be like, wow, that's cool. And the person will say, okay, I will think about it. You see, in a while, the person might come back to you for it. So try to build that online presence for yourself. The next thing is avoiding stack syndrome. Brother, you want to do Java, you want to do C++, you want to do embedded system, you want to do everything. You keep on asking yourself which one is the best framework, best libraries. The truth is there are no best. Just look at the one that fits for the work and use it. Learn what matters, what is of relevance. No language is best. To me, no framework is best. Choose what you understand better and it's relevant to the market and work with it. Don't waste your time thinking of best programming language or framework is best. Every programming language or framework works best depending on the use case. No programming language is best. Choose on what you're comfortable with. If someone wants to hire you, like let's say somebody wants to build a product and the person is not a programmer. He doesn't want to know which programming language is best. He just says, I need this program to be as fast as this. I need this program to be able to do this. I need your work to be able to do this. Whatever you're building, I need users to come online and make payments. Blah. He doesn't care what you're using. So just okay. whatever you use, you're using Ruby, you're using Rails, you're using PHP, you're using Laravel framework, you're using React, you're using Vue, blah blah blah. All those stuffs are just there. Choose what you want. There are different kinds of gun. Choose what you can shoot with. So shoot your shot with what you can shoot with. Okay, so don't waste your time arguing which framework is best. Why people are using those things to earn money, brother? Choose one and start earning money with it. That's more important. Okay, so avoid stack syndrome. Next thing, manage your time properly. Time is money. In fact, time is money. I can really emphasize this. I cannot emphasize this. Use it wisely. Dedicate more time to things that are of higher priority while working. Leave some portion for resting. You should not overwork yourself. So when you manage your time properly, you see that you shouldn't you have some time for rest. There are 24 hours in a day. You can assign certain time for rest, for work, and also things of less priority. Have a priority. When I say, okay, my greatest priority is anything that has to do with coding, I'll put that top. The next thing, okay, I like doing some musical things. I like playing keyboard. So yeah, that's a lower priority. I'll assign less time to that. So when you have that stack of priority, you tend to add more time for the one of higher priority. And also, if you're a developer, I think you coding is of higher priority because that demands a lot of time. You need to relax and do more. So by doing that, you should also aim to be productive, to be more productive. Calculate your achievements and compare it over with the time spent on that particular task. Spend more time on things of relevance. Don't spend your time like the one I mentioned previously, arguing about tech stacks. It doesn't help. Also, being a developer requires spending more time on learning and researching. You know about this. You will spend more time on learning, researching, and building stuffs. The next thing, keep learning. In this space, learning is a requirement. It's not a necessity, it's a requirement. It's required that you learn. So the moment you stop learning and updating your existing knowledge, over time you lose track of almost everything. You find yourself blank. Learning is part of the job because every day patches are made, frameworks are built, new systems, frameworks are updated and new systems are built. So how do you learn now? By attending meetups. When you attend meetups, you get people talk about tech stacks. You could also go there and you talk by yourself. You get people talk about tech stacks. You hear companies coming up with new products and new ideas. Also, you learn by reading product documentation. I read product documentation a lot. In fact, starting out, I was watching YouTube videos or tutorials on LinkedIn, on Udemy, blah. I want to do something, I'll search up for videos. But as I grew up, I noticed that most of the times these videos might be sometime outdated from the actual thing. So when I want to do something with GraphQL, what I do is fine. I just go to the documentation and I look up what GraphQL is all about. I start looking at the code snippets and all that. That's how I tend to build these things. So that's the way you read product documentation. That's the way of learning. Also, you ask questions. Like you're having a problem with some certain things that you might not really find directly in documentation, but you might know persons that do this thing. You can ask them. They'll and teach you these things. And in this textbook, I believe everybody loves sharing knowledge. So they'll teach you these things. Also, check tech trends and also building personal projects. Building personal projects is very important. Build personal projects because the process of building this project, you enlarge your knowledge scope, you experiment with things that you've not done before. That's the idea behind this whole thing. So, teach others. By teaching others, you get to understand what you already know better. You also be forced to make further research. Teaching others help you get ideas maybe from the person you're teaching or in the present process of doing so. When you teach others, you're teaching yourself better because I found out that when I want to teach others, I tend to expand my knowledge. How? If I want to teach you React, do you know that before I teach you React, I'll go and make more research. Even though I've been using React, I remember there's a documentation for React. I'll move over there. I'll start reading through because I want to teach you. I'm going through that process. And also, I'm educating myself in the process of doing that. So teaching expands your knowledge. It gives you self-confidence. If you can teach React, you can stand anywhere and defend yourself on React. Somebody can ask you questions on React and you'll be able to say, wow, yeah, this is what I understand. Yeah, I've seen this. Because you've taught somebody, you gain that confidence. Also, creates more connection with people. When you teach people, people will start depending on you, like and trusting you. I know somebody who does this. He showed me how to do this sometime. Wow, really? I'll connect you to him. That way you've made new friends. Okay, you've grown your connection. So teaching helps. Teach others. Share your knowledge with the community. The next thing, having the right mindset. This is my last point. Having the right mindset as a person, your mindset matters a lot. If you always believe that you cannot make it, you will never make it. Even though somebody comes to you and preach it and open your skull and put making it inside, you will never make it. But if you have that belief that it's possible, if I follow the trend, if I do things rightly, I'll be able to put this thing well. These guys that are building these things, they don't have two head, they just have one. If I learn this thing, if I master this, I'll be able to do it. So what I have here is some developers always feel they're not good enough. Even though that's true, that doesn't stop you from trying. Some get stuck in tutorial hell. Every day they are building weather apps and to-do lists. Well, that's not bad, but you have to grow. Move on. Believe in yourself that you can build larger projects. Always have a positive mindset and avoid low self-esteem. Think high of yourself. Uh, don't get me confused. I'm not saying you should be proud. All I'm saying is believe in yourself that I can get this thing done. You shouldn't be believing yourself you can get it done when you're not putting hard work to it, when you're not learning about it. Believe in yourself. With learning about it, I can get this thing done. Okay? So you can never master that stuff until you know it, until you try to do it. Try building larger projects aside from the common to-do list, task tracker, all those things. Try building more custom, projects that can solve real problems. When you try doing so, you see that you enlarge your knowledge and you tend to know these things more. So I have a favorite quote from Edison. I'm an engineering student, so I know of Edison. He's the guy that invented the light bulb. So he said, I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that it wouldn't work. He was experimenting with the light and he did it about 999 times or blah, 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 that it didn't work. So he didn't see it as failure. He saw it as a way of, succeeding. So when you fail, you should see it as succeeding. When you fail, success they say is bunch of failures. So most of us, like me standing here and talking to you, man, sometimes I'll be fighting bugs, struggling. Failure will always come. In fact, I had fear of failure sometimes. Like when I want to build a project, I'll be asking, building this thing now, who will even want it and who will even want to do that? And at the end, you see somebody even coming to meet you to build that same thing you were thinking of. So don't be scared of failure. That's my advice. I'm also saying this to myself. So these are the few points that I think I should spread around to developers around. I should spread around to the guys in the community, the guys doing these things. I just want you to keep on doing this thing. Keep up the hard work. I know some things might not make sense to you. You might find some difficulties, data, lights, bro. Yeah, that's it. Don't let that stop you. Keep on doing these things. It pays. So this is the final thing I have to say. You're always better than you were yesterday. The more you work hard. Yesterday you were in one, tomorrow you'll surely be in two. With hard work, you never know how far you've come. Okay? Sometimes just relax and reflect on the past, the things you've done, and currently what you're doing. Measure that. You see that you're far off you were yesterday. So you're always better than you were yesterday. With hard work, once you have hard work, you have your passion in line, and you have consistency. You see that you're building out yourself to a perfect phase that you yourself you cannot imagine. So I'm encouraging you to stick to it. Don't get overwhelmed by the things you're hearing. Don't get overwhelmed by the current situation, the COVID thing. It's not going to stop you. So people are making, as I said, people are making money out of it. So stay positive about yourself. Thank you. So these are the few things I have, and do have a nice day.